Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Truist Happy Hour, the video podcast where cocktails and conversations collide. We're your two hosts, two gals who love to travel. We have a thing for spirits. Okay, maybe that's more me, but I'm teaching Kate, and way too many opinions. Whether you're here for celebrity deep dives, travel fails, viral chaos, or just a reason to pour a drink and have a laugh, you're in the right place. So today, let's just dive right in. What are we drinking today? I guess I have to tell you.
That's a great question because I have a whole line of stuff ready. I'm going to mix it like a novice here so that people can, because
I guess I won't pour mine out yet then.
It's hard to mix drinks sometimes. It's like science.
It is a little hard. Well, then you're making me have to pull up my recipe because now I have to remember how to make it.
I didn't mix this. I literally have unopened bottles of Cointreau.
Oh, no.
I bought Cointreau for this.
I'm very proud of
you. While you're pulling it up, I went to PJ's liquor store. They gave me this really cute bag.
Rob told me about that.
It's a really nice liquor store here in St. Augustine. And they had, and it's really small, but they had the Belvedere pear ginger vodka that you told me that I needed. So
I didn't tell you get the ginger one, but I'm excited for that.
This was the only pear anything.
I usually use Grey Goose or Absolute as a pair as well, depending on what I can find.
That was not available.
Okay.
But
I'm very curious if this is how this is going to taste. It should taste good, though.
I was very impressed with their selection for being a teeny tiny little store. And they are in the process of moving across the street. They're building a new building. So I'm excited to see what's to come.
I'll have to fly out.
We lost our liquor store 2 years ago here on the island, and it's been very upsetting.
It's not the time to lose a liquor store. Not 25.
It was literally like during COVID. I was like, guys, really? No, you're on it.
COVID was 4 years ago, right?
Sure. You know what? I feel everybody would agree that the time is all. Time is relative
at this point.
Who knows?
All right. Well, get your little measurer, your jigger, or whatever you're using for measuring.
I have do I need this? I have a shaker. Is that correct?
You need a shaker, but you also need like something to measure.
I have a shot glass.
Sure.
Does that work? I don't know.
We'll see.
I have the top to the shaker that is stuck on. So that's not coming off. So there's that. And then I have, okay, we'll work on that later. I have ice. Do I need ice? Is that correct?
Not yet. You put the ice in last where it starts to water everything down.
Ice is last. Got it. Okay. So I have my shaker. What do I need?
Okay. You need 1.5 ounces of your vodka.
So is 1.5 ounces like a shot? Are we guessing?
Today we'll see that. We're going to get you a little
if it's been a long day at work, who knows, right? It's a shot as far as I'm concerned.
We're going to get you a little jigger where one side's like 1/2 ounce and the other side's 1 ounce, and then you can
this is why people just pour a glass of wine, because they're like, how many, do I have to do measurements? It's woof.
And then do 1/2 shot of lime juice.
I have that. Okay, great. Don't judge my lime juice. It's the plastic container kind. I didn't squeeze limes. I had one lime, so. Yeah.
I'm waiting for my lime tree to start fruiting again. It's not quite there.
Don't judge. Okay,
right,
what else?
A 3/4 of a shot glass of simple syrup.
I even bought simple syrup. I did not make my own like Karen does, but I did buy it at the store.
Oh my gosh, it's so cheap. If you don't know how to make simple syrup, it's 1-to-1. So like 1/2 cup of water, 1/2 cup of sugar, cup of water.
Well, not to be that guy, but I don't use sugar. I only use coconut palm sugar because I try to do Whole30 paleo most of the time.
Okay. Well,
so
let's try with that.
Okay. What am I doing?
So you need 3/4 of your shot glass.
Okay. Got it.
For any professional bartenders and mixologists out there, please know that I'm doing what I can with what she's got.
I mean, I feel like all the bartenders would agree that it's really just about the person enjoying the drink and like whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. It's not an exact science, as they say. All right, what's next?
1/2 ounce of your Cointreau.
Okay. Is that how you pronounce that? Is it Cointreau or Cointreau?
Cointreau?
Cointreau? I don't know. It sounds Canadian.
I don't know. I call it Cointreau.
1/2 a shot of that.
And then a shot of your cranberry juice.
Is that what I'm missing? No, it's in the back. Okay. For the viewers at home, I have like an entire table filled with different ingredients.
Well, mine's just watering down more and more while I wait to pour with.
You want half this?
I want a whole
Oh, a whole of this. Okay, great.
shot. Yep.
Whole shot. And I don't have white. Couldn't
That's
find
okay.
white cranberry.
It's really
Also-
hard to find white cranberry. I actually used pink cranberry today.
The produce man at the grocery store, when I asked him if they had real cranberries for garnish, he laughed at me. So
No, you gotta buy them.
it's like, it's not November.
Yeah, it's a Thanksgiving thing. You can't find it unless you buy it online.
Yeah, sadly. Okay. Anything else?
All right, now you put your ice in.
Oh, because I get it with the water. That's fine on the floor. It's fine. Just be cool. Okay.
Then you put your lid on
And then shake.
and give it a good shake. Go make your maracas.
Okay.
All right, and then you're gonna strain it out. Yeah, just do it that way.
Which glass do you want me to use?
So you use like a martini glass or a coupe. Yep, that's perfect. And we will just
Fancy glasses. Okay. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. I'm going to let my ice that fell on the floor melt.
all right.
Cheers. Okay, that's tasty. I like that.
It's really, I love it.
It reminds me of like a I don't know. It's maybe like a little bit of like a Cosmo. Is that right? Should I think
it is. It's a pear cosmopolitan. So you're really just, instead of regular vodka, you're using pear vodka. And depending on how much lime you put in there, it's going to either tone down the pear and go much more limey and citrusy, or it's going to brighten up and be very peary. So I'm always very careful with my lime.
Okay. Interesting. And you could make this ahead.
Yes.
Like you could you could make like a pitcher. Maybe not.
Theory. Yeah.
Like a large, like if you're like, hey, I want a cocktail for like when I come home from work this week, you could like make a batch and then have it to like just pour in.
I would not.
Okay, great. Good to know. Then I won't.
Everything but the liquors together, sure. But the liquors, like, no. Like, unless you're going to drink it right away, don't let those sit around together.
Noted. Interesting. All right. What are we kicking off with today? What's the topic of discussion, lady?
So I wanted to talk about good things that are happening in the world today.
I challenged her to find good things that were happening in the world today.
The news can be a little overwhelming. I listen to NPR whenever I pick up my kid and they give me like my 5-minute blurbs and I'm always like, this is depressing. Nothing good is happening in the world right now.
That Lakshmi thing, am I right? You're like, girl.
Oh, I love her.
I love her, but I'm like, why is everything the end of the world?
When she comes on, because they go backwards in time when you're listening to NPR, if you're like streaming it.
Yes.
And so if I get to Lakshmi, I know I'm running late because I have to be like almost like school because I usually am on like their 5 o'clock hour one and then I go to the 4 o'clock where she's at. So okay. 5 good things. And I actually found a little bit more than that.
Okay.
Is one, a federal court ruled against attempts to withhold Endangered Species Act's protections from Joshua Tree. For those who don't know where Joshua Tree is, it is in California, out by Palm Springs, and it is probably one of my family's favorite places to go here, mainly because they have rocks, like huge boulders. You see people bouldering all the time. You know, people are hauling out all these like, you know, pads and stuff so that they can fall onto them gracefully, I suppose. Meanwhile, my kids are just like scrambling up these boulders when I'm just like, please don't die. Please don't die.
I already have a question.
Yes.
Did you say the word bouldering? Bouldering, as in like to boulder?
Yes. Instead of rock climbing, you're bouldering. And like I've seen people, I have friends that do this. I still don't quite understand why or how. But you can start like under the boulder and then you just get up in there and
so it essentially works the same as a rock climbing.
I would say yes.
Okay.
As a person who knows nothing about rock climbing and bouldering, I would say yes, they are very similar.
I didn't even know that was a verb. So you're ahead of me.
But I'm very excited that they stopped anyone from preventing these protections because Joshua trees are already super fragile and they're also very rare across North America. And this is one place that they've always been protected. When the National Park Service had to close during COVID, people went out there with their ATVs and were like running around the park and destroying like gorgeous Joshua trees. I mean, Joshua trees are so fragile that like you don't want to walk near their trunks because their root system's so shallow.
Wow.
So yeah, so running your ATV over that, really not a great idea, guys.
So the only thing I know about Joshua Tree is that you go there and do like peyote or some sort of hallucinogenic drug and stay and wander in the desert overnight or something to that effect.
Sure, probably not in the national park, but yeah, there's lots of stuff around down there.
That is the only thing I've ever heard about this place. I've never been there. And so that's really interesting. So the endangered species in Joshua Tree is the trees themselves. It's not like the naked mole rat or anything of that nature.
I believe there are also some critters there that would fall under some other like cacti and succulents. But yeah, just the fact that like the whole area can now be under the Endangered Species Act and someone can't prevent that so far.
Okay. I like that. That's good. That is good news. Good job.
Let's see. Here's a good one. The U.S. overdose deaths fell by 27% last year. So they're back to the point where they were in 2019. Great.
So when they go to Joshua Tree, they're not dying.
They're not dying. They're not overdosing.
I don't know if you can overdose on LSD anyway, but either way.
I'm like, probably Joshua Tree is near Coachella, so you never know what's going on there.
Ayahuasca. I don't know.
Let's see. The original copy it's an original Magna Carta copy was discovered at the Harvard University archives. What they thought they had bought for like $20-$30 as a copy of the Magna Carta ended up being like one of the 6 original copies of the Magna Carta.
Okay.
Like it has been sold for like $20 million in the past, like this one piece of paper.
Wow.
Harvard swears they're not going to sell it, but it's just kind of one of those. It's kind of like when you go to their garage sale and then you find you bought like a Monet.
I was just going to say that. I'm like a thrift store find that you're like, what? This is worth something?
This was $3.
So did they take it to Antiques Roadshow like everybody else does? And that's how they figured it out?
No. They had some like PhD students or researchers, I think, from Oxford or somewhere. And they were basically
from Harvard, probably.
Well, yes, probably. But basically, like, they just did the new testing that they can do on documents to see how old they are, what kind, when it was built and everything like that.
I don't know that much about the Magna Carta, but I'm excited for them and their historical
fun. I'm like, well, considering they're losing lots of federal funding left and right at universities, if they need to sell it, there's some money, Harvard.
They have a
backup plan.
It's like grandma's old Louis Vuitton trunk,
Exactly.
Came over from Italy.
So more recent news, probably not this week, is that the dire wolf is back, which is very exciting.
Is this a good news?
My family seems to be very excited. I mean,
you are
Game of Thrones and everybody's getting eaten by a dire wolf. Why do we need to put
your family crest animal in your Game of Thrones situation is a direwolf, then I guess, but
I should have worn my House Stark t-shirt today.
Right? Yeah. If you are in the House of Stark, then I guess you would be very, very jazzed about it. So they brought them back.
I mean, we're Jurassic Parking at this point.
For what purpose? Like just for funsies or?
I mean, why are they cloning? Just for fun, just to show we can.
I guess I mean, so they're just like bringing things back to be like, I did that.
Yeah, I learned how to splice DNA, and now let's bring back a T-Rex because nothing ever bad happened there.
Yes, they haven't made 6 or 7 movies about it. I think Chris Pratt would have other ones, but whatever. And the direwolf it's dire wolf, and I'm saying dire wolf because that's how Starks say it because they're all British and whatever. But it's humongous.
It's humongous. It's like 6 feet or something like that. Like they could be as wolves.
It's going to roam freely?
Well, I think it's going to be in a zoo. I don't know. I will put all of the article links in the show notes so people can deep dive if they want. I just thought
we brought it back to keep it in a zoo.
Yeah, they never knew what the wild was, so why would they?
I guess. True. I guess that's true. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they ate back then, but it's probably not with us anymore. So that's probably better.
I mean, that could be why the dodo bird's not here anymore. So
I miss him. I loved the dodo bird. I mean, I wasn't around when it existed, but just the idea of it, Alice in Wonderland, the idea of it.
So my last one is very time specific because the 16th Eurovision is happening right now, which most people, at least in the United States, know this as a Will Ferrell movie. But it is actually a real song contest that happens across Europe with voting and all that stuff. And
wasn't it like the Pitch Perfect 3 or something? They went to Eurovision. Is that?
No, that was like an acapella, something or other.
Yeah, that's right. They were supposed to be acapella. I got you.
I was talking to my friend Katya in London because last year I was with her and her family during it, and like they get into the final. Like
this is like a huge
this is a huge thing. Yeah.
Okay, great.
And I believe whoever wins it has to host the following year. So then like that's the premise of the Will Ferrell movie.
It's like the season finale of America's Got Talent situation. Yes. Or The Voice or whatever.
Like 26 different countries in the final kind of thing.
Okay.
So
Does
right
the
now,
United States participate in Eurovision?
Yeah. And like, I think the US tried to have their own version, but I don't think people really got it. We also have like The Voice and America's Got Talent and American Idol and like every other thing. So I was talking to my friend in London to find out who we're rooting for right now, because I haven't been able to listen to all of the songs. And she thinks that her family thinks Germany is going to win. They do like the UK one, but UK never wins. And then the Swedish entry is good too. And apparently Malta is quite popular, which you don't hear about.
Malta is on my radar.
Malta's been on my radar since I saw a cover with like people jumping off cliffs on National Geographic, like when I was a kid.
For whatever reason, everyone has been talking to me about Malta. My girlfriend Amanda just got back from Malta. Like 3 other people were talking to me. I'm like, is this like a sign? I need to go to Malta.
Go drink in Malta. I mean,
apparently it is very chill in Malta. It is.
Oh, it's very chill.
It is the relaxing vacation spot. It is not a like, let's go up and see the sights and da-da-da-da. It's like a chill on the beach, go to a cafe, relaxed and groovy.
See, my husband would have loved that. We were trying to go for our 20th anniversary, but we don't have anybody to watch our children. And they're not quite old enough for us to leave the country and leave them home by themselves. Mm-hmm. So there's a 5-year countdown right now for my husband and I to whisk ourselves off whenever we want, because that's when the youngest will be 18.
To age your children.
Yes.
Yes. My husband. So next year is our when is your 20th anniversary now?
Yeah. It was in September.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Ours is in December. Or no, that's not right. I'm so sorry. Ours is in October. Yeah. I'm bad. I don't have no wedding ring on. I'm just not I'm not good at wifing.
Well, I don't have mine on either.
I'm not very good at wifing. However, my husband wants to go to Italy as his ancestry is linked to there. And now Malta's right next to Sicily. We'll just kind of hop over.
I mean, it is actually very easy to get to from Sicily.
Well, and I feel like once you're in Europe, it's like, this is a $15 flight or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so
here's a ferry ride. Here's a train, whatever.
Right. Once that's our last European trip. It was very much, we're here, so we might as well go to like Amsterdam. You know?
That's why I spend like 5 weeks whenever I go to Europe. I'm like, well, I paid to get here. I might as well stay.
Yeah. It's so expensive to get to Europe. And even if you get good deals and if you have to take your family with you, it is very pricey. Yeah. And it's like, I just paid, $3,000 to even $1,500 is a lot to pay for a family of 4. So yeah, you got to make it worth it and be like, well, how many countries can we see in one shot?
All right. Well, that's all the time we have for today. So I want to thank you all for hanging out with us on the Twist Happy Hour. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss a sip of the fun, and follow us on social at Twist Cocktail Recipes and Twist Happy Hour for more behind the scenes recipes and random nonsense that we usually post. See you next week, same time, same vibe.
Cheers!
Cheers!